What's up, y'all? I bet you thought we were done with the why you can't, but today we're going to talk about why you can't 50-50 grind. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so what's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about why you can't 50-50, and this is going to be one of your first basic grinds that you're going to get into when you're trying to learn things on a ledge, at the skate park. Mainly I'm going to be covering how to 50-50 ledges. Rails, are a little bit different, but trust me, ledges are a lot easier. So just a prerequisite before trying this trick, make sure whatever you're trying to 50-50, you can actually ollie up if it's possible to ollie on top of it, just to make sure that you can get enough height to lock into the trick. So make sure you have a solid ollie before trying this trick. Basically, if you look, if I can't clear this, then how can I clear the 50-50? So basically one of the main things I want to mention with the 50-50 is that some people lock in improperly, and that's the major thing that will not make them land it. So you want to lock in on your heel side of your wheel. So you see, I'm gonna be standing here, I want to lock in with the back side of my wheels. So look closely. You don't want to be dangling over here too much, like on your toe side of your wheels. You want to push it all the way in. You see how it's like stable right here? That's where you want to be, because you'll be able to just ride across it, right? So heel side wheels have to lock in. So make sure you keep that in mind. You want to push your heel side wheels all the way in. And then for all my people who skate goofy, I'll switch it around for you so you can see that. So one of the most common mistakes that happens with the 50-50 is learning which angle to go into, and that really affects how you're locking into the trick. So one of the first ones is going to parallel. You can see here, if I just literally start parallel, it's gonna be hard to just pop forward, except I just did it. But usually when you're actually rolling with the trick, let's say I'm like right here, it's gonna be hard to just pop on, right? It's hard to just jump forward. So people are wondering like, yo, how do you jump forward when you're trying to 50-50? So the thing is, you have to come at a slight angle, right? So I would say, like, it's really hard to tell because I just kind of go with the feeling. But I would say just come at a slight angle and adjust how you're doing it each time. So if you go too parallel, you might lock in toe side, right? And your board's gonna fall off. If you come in too harsh, right? That's when you might overshoot the lock-in for your front side of your truck and wheel. And that's what happens when you kind of like get into the 50-50 and slide over, right? Also randomly cutting myself off, but make sure if you're not locking in properly and your front truck's kind of going over, it might also be because you're leaning too far over your toes. So make sure you put a decent amount of weight on your heel side when you're locking in and doing the 50-50. So you have to test like different angles to see which works best to help you get in and then lock in on your heel side wheels, right? So you'll see I'm just coming at a slight angle, then I hop on and get off. So the next thing that actually deals with locking in again is actually like not knowing how to get into the lock-in of your heel side. So mainly what helps me, I'm not really jumping all on it at once and then just getting into the lock. What I do is, since I come at a slight angle, I'm popping on, right? I get my front set of wheels on first, right? And then I scoop my back foot into it to push that final lock in, because it's really hard to just jump straight on and just land, right? It's really quick, so it may not look like it, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going up, getting this front one on first, and then scooting my back foot to lock that final one. So I'll show you some certain angles and just kind of show you how that works. So I'll just get another angle for you guys. So I'm coming here, right? Come at a slight angle and then do that front truck thing. Just like that. So I'm coming here, right? Come at a slight angle and then do that front truck thing. Just like that. And really that's what helps with the angle, because you won't really be able to do that if you're just going parallel. If you're trying to go on and just like, shimmy into there, it really helps to go at an angle. So your front wheel is approaching it first, and then it scoots in for that last part to get the 50-50 right here. So the next one would be not coming out properly. Some things that can happen is, you can land sideways and then you can't roll away. Or sometimes it happens where, you're rolling and you're just letting it dip down first and doing that. You can land it like that sometimes, but it's pretty ugly. I might come out a little too sideways, but then I just kind of like fall out, right? So if you're coming out too horizontal, that means you're either opening up your waist or shoulders too much. So when you're on the ledge, you want to make sure that you're keeping your shoulders parallel with the ledge, right? So basically go into like a T pose so that you're not twisting yourself around and then falling out, right? You need to stay completely still once you get on it. Shoulders parallel, and then keep them parallel when coming off. Next one, if you're just nose diving off the edge, basically it's simple. You just have to time it right with how much pressure you need to put on your tails. You don't need to pop out all the time. I mainly just lift my front truck up by putting pressure on my back foot, almost like a manual. So one way you can practice this is going off the ledge itself and then basically just manualing that last part to come off. You don't have to pop or anything. You just have to lift your front trucks up more right before you get off. So you can basically time it as you're failing with the trick. So, you know, just try different timings with how long or how soon you're lifting up your front truck by putting pressure on your back tail to get off. Get on, lift. Also, if you're not coming out of the 50-50, kind of like a nosedive, maybe try to go a little bit faster so you're not going too slow and it's not hard to lift your front truck up by putting pressure on the tail and coming off. So maybe try getting some more speed too. So that's pretty much it for, you know, most of the common mistakes. Honestly, I see the main one really is just like when you're getting on and you're scooting over. That's the most annoying thing. Wow, that siren. So like I was saying, the most common mistake really is when you go too far over and your front truck just slides over and you get up. That's the most annoying one. Really, the one for that is just making sure that you come at a decent angle, right? You don't want to come too parallel or go too harsh. Just come at a, I would say maybe like a 45-degree angle, right? And then the second one, just making sure that you get your front truck or front set of wheels on first and then scooting that back foot after. That little nudge is what really gets you locked in. Now, some other little small tips you can do is like, you don't have to go up to this too fast. Luckily, you can actually get into 50-50s pretty slow. Just roll up slowly, right? And I can just practice getting into it. But you may not be able to come off, but you can practice getting into the lock-in with that. So I don't really recommend trying this while standing still, only because it's like really hard to time it getting on here. And that's not really how it feels when you're actually rolling up to it. So I recommend, you know, at least getting a little bit of speed. You don't have to go really fast, but just roll a little bit and not do that. Also, I don't know if this helps sometimes if you just want to put it on and then just run on it. That may be a little scary, but you know, that might help you practice coming off without having to actually jump into the grind and then practicing the whole thing. But yeah, once you get this trick down, it's one of the most fundamental tricks. So it's, you know, it's not too hard to do tricks out of it once you get it, because it's basically like setting up for riding regular. So, you know, you can do like 180 out, front jump out, kickflip out, and you know, a whole bunch of other stuff. Y'all, my eyes are burning with sweat. That's gonna wrap it up for why you can't 50-50. If you guys have any questions about this, please leave them down in the comment section below and I'll try to help you out as best as I can. But otherwise than that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications if you want to see more why you can't. Also let me know, you know, what other skate park why you can't videos you want to see while I'm here. But yeah, thank you so much guys. I really appreciate you. Peace.